if I take some polynomial p of x, if I take some polynomial p of x, right? When if p of x, a polynomial, is divided by x minus a, the remainder so this is the polynomial which I'm going to write something like this. If a polynomial p of x is a polynomial, if this polynomial is divided by x minus a, then the remainder will be p of a. If the polynomial is divided by x minus a, then the remainder will be p of a. Right? So this is the basic remainder theorem which you might have been aware of. This is the basic remainder theorem which you are already aware of. You might have studied in your 10th standard or 9th standard. It is just the revision of the same concept which you are learning. This is also present for JEE, so you're just discussing it. Okay. Now this is the statement of that remainder theorem. I take a polynomial p of x. If I take some polynomial p of x, and if that is divided by some factor x minus a, right? The remainder is p of a. Or else, a next note what I'll write is that the maximum degree of the remainder, the maximum degree of the remainder, is 1 less than next is that the maximum degree of the remainder is 1 less than that of divisor. It means that there is a polynomial. That polynomial I'm dividing with some, let's say, some quadratic. If that polynomial is divided by, let's say, if polynomial, there is a polynomial p of x. This p of x, if I'm dividing with something like ax square plus bx plus c. This polynomial, if I'm dividing with something like ax square plus bx plus c. In this case, the maximum degree of remainder, will be 1. It means that you will get a linear factor something like mx plus n. అంటే p of x అనే ఒక పాలినామియల్ తీసుకుంటే ఆ పాలినామియల్ ని ఒక డివైజర్ తో డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నారు. You are dividing that p of x with a divisor. Whenever I'm dividing with such a divisor, అంటే ఆ p of x ని ఆ డివైజర్ తో డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నారు. అలా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు మీకు రిమైండర్ వచ్చే మాక్సిమం డిగ్రీ ఎంత అంటే that will be 1 less than the divisor. Maximum degree అంటే డివైజర్ క్వాడ్రాటిక్ అయింది. If the divisor is quadratic, the maximum degree of the remainder can be 1. It means a linear factor. The maximum degree of the remainder can be 1. That is a linear factor. Or it may be a constant thing also. That is fine. Or it may be a constant thing. That is also fine. But I'm talking about the maximum. If the divisor is cubic, let's say if the divisor is cubic, let's say divisor is something like ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. If the divisor is of something like ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, if this is the divisor, the maximum degree of the remainder in this case, will be 2. Ante remainder can be a quadratic. The maximum degree of the remainder will be 2. It means that it can be a quadratic, or it can be a linear factor. 2 అన్న అవ్వచ్చు లేదా 2 కంటే తక్కువ కూడా అవ్వచ్చు. But I'm talking about maximum. This is the limit. 2 is the limit. If that is cubic, 2 is the limit for this one. Degree 2 is limit for this one. Let's say if the divisor is a 4th degree term by quadratic, the divisor is a 4th degree, which is the biquadratic. The remainder will be of maximum degree 3. అంటే డివైజర్ ఎంతైతే డిగ్రీ ఉంటుందో రిమైండర్ కి మాక్సిమం డిగ్రీ ఎంత ఉంటుందంటే దట్ ఈస్ 1 లెస్ దాన్ ద రిమైండర్, 1 less than the divisor, right? So this is the point which you have to remember here. So let's see a problem. Find reminder if x power 4 minus 3x cube plus 2x square minus 9x plus 3 is divided by x minus 2. Find the remainder if x power 4 minus 3x cube plus 2x square minus 9x plus 3 is divided by x minus 2. Find the remainder if x power 4 minus 3x cube plus 2x square minus 9x plus 3 is divided by x minus 2. Time is half minute. Try solving it. Time is half minute. Time is half minute. Make it fast. That's a very basic problem. Very, very basic problem. Very simple. What will be the remainder here? What will be the remainder in this case? People are answering minus 15, minus 11, minus 15. Very good. 21, Redmi minus 16. 1 is the remainder. Namrud Tej, Banu Teja minus 15. Okay. Whenever such a polynomial is given, our question goes something like this. Whenever such a polynomial is given, that is, find the remainder if this polynomial is divided by x minus 2. What is the meaning of that one? Whenever I am dividing such a polynomial with this factor, with a linear factor, whenever whenever the polynomial is divided with such a linear factor, let's go deep into this part. You know, as you are studying from the childhood, as you are studying from the 5th standard or 6th standard, that is, you'll write it as dividend is divisor into quotient as you are studying from 5th standard or 6th standard, that is, dividend is divisor into quotient plus remainder. Dividend is divisor into quotient plus remainder. Simply, dividend is something like p of x, and this part is something like, let's say this is some p of x, and divisor is something like x minus 2, and quotient I don't know, I'll write it as q of x. Quotient I don't know, what is the quotient? I'll write it as q of x. And remainder I don't know, I'll make it as capital R. Remainder I don't know, I'll make it as capital R. This is what I need to find. Remainder I don't know, I'll make it as capital R, and this is what I need to find. Now, very simple. As we have discussed in the second point of the previous remainder theorem, as we have discussed in the second point of the remainder theorem, what we have discussed? We have discussed a point something like this. When this polynomial is divided by x minus 2, the maximum degree, please you have to remember this point. This is the only thing which you have to remember regarding remainder theorem. The maximum degree of the remainder, is 1 less than that of divisor. Ante divisor anedi linear unte remainder should be constant term. If the divisor is something like a quadratic, remainder can be a linear or it can be a constant term. The maximum will be 1 if that is divisor is of degree 2. Same idea. So whenever such thing is given, divisor will be something like r, which is a constant term, so I'm writing it as r. For example, in case of x minus 2, but x minus 2 place low, if I gave you something like x square plus x plus 4, x square plus x plus 4, what you have to write? Remainder will be of the form ax plus b. If this is quadratic, remainder should be written in the form of ax plus b. అంటే ఇక్కడ డిగ్రీ ఎంత ఉంటుందో ఈ రిమైండర్ డిగ్రీ should be, you have to write the maximum degree of that remainder will be 1 less than this particular thing. So they're asking you this part. Now if we cancel out this part, how do you cancel out this part? I'm substituting 2 on both sides. So if I'm substituting 2 on both sides, what do you get is that you'll get this part will be equal to 0. You'll get x minus 2 will be equal to 0. So if I write something like p of 2, so this entire part will be tending to 0. So 2 minus 2, which is 0, plus remainder. So remainder is nothing but your p of 2. What is p of 2? P of 2 is nothing but this is 2 power 4 minus 3 into this is 2 cube plus 2 into 2 square minus 9 into 2 plus 3. So this is 24 plus 8, 32 minus 18 plus 3. So remainder will be something like this. So this is 24 plus this is something like 8 minus 18 plus 3. This will be your answer. Calculate. You can calculate, that will be your answer. Okay, next. So remainder will be of this part. Whenever this is present, so to get the remainder, you have to substitute this value. This is x minus 2. So I have to substitute 2 into this part. Nothing more than that. Next. Okay, is this clear? I hope this is clear. Now next model of problem with respect to remainders theorem. ఏమీ లేదు, మీకు లీనియర్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఇస్తే ఏ వాల్యూ ఉంటుందో ఆ వాల్యూని ఆ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ లో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. How we are doing that? The proof for simple remainders theorem is this part. Proof for remainders theorem will be done from this. That is, dividend is divisor into quotient plus remainder. The proof will be done from this part. Okay. Hope this is clear. Next, a polynomial p of x when divided by x minus 1 comma x minus 2 comma x minus 3. A polynomial p of x when divided by x minus 1 comma x minus 2 comma x minus 3. A polynomial p of x when divided by x minus 1 comma x minus 2 comma x minus 3 leaves the remainder as 1 comma 3 comma 7 respectively. Find the remainder if p of x is divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Question is something like this. A polynomial p of x when divided by x minus 1 comma x minus 2 comma x minus 3 leaves the remainder as 1 comma 3 comma 7 respectively. Leaves the remainder as 1 comma 3 comma 7 respectively. Find the remainder if p of x is divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Find the remainder if p of x is divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Simply respectively meaning is this. If it is divided by x minus 1, remainder will be 1. If it is divided by x minus 2, the remainder is 3. If it is divided by x minus 3, the remainder is 7. అంటే x minus 1 తో డివైడ్ చేస్తే మీకు రిమైండర్ 1 వస్తుంది. x minus 2 తో డివైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు మీకు రిమైండర్ 3 వచ్చింది. x minus 3 తో డివైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు మీకు రిమైండర్ 7 వచ్చింది. Now what I'm doing is that I'm trying to divide it with x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. ఈ కంప్లీట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ అంటే ఒక క్యూబిక్ ఈక్వేషన్ తో డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నాను. I'm dividing with the cubic equation. Now, what will be the remainder? Time is 1 minute. Please try it. Time is 1 minute. Please try that. ఇప్పుడు మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు సెకండ్ పాయింట్ నేను ఒకటి చెప్పాను, గుర్తుందా? మీకు ఒక సెకండ్ పాయింట్ చెప్పాను. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? ద మాక్సిమం డిగ్రీ, ఐఎమ్ రిపీటింగ్ ఇట్ అగైన్. The maximum degree of the remainder will be 1 less than that of divisor. The maximum degree of the remainder will be 1 less than that of divisor. So divisor here is of cubic degree. Divisor here is of cubic degree. That is a degree 3. Divisor is a cubic. So what can be the maximum degree of the remainder? Maximum degree of the remainder can be a quadratic. Now from that proceed. Try solving that. Gautam, 200. 200 is not possible. You will get an expression. You will get an expression. Enduku first case lo, what you have done? In the first case, you have put remainder as it is. But here in place of remainder, you have to write ax square plus bx plus c. Enduku meeku divisor cubic degree unnappudu remainder ki degree em avutundi? Remainder degree can be equal to 2. So in place of remainder, you have to substitute it as ax square plus bx plus c and then proceed. X square minus x plus 1, Srijanya, good. Very good. X square plus x plus 1. Please check your calculation once again. X square minus x plus 1, x plus 4. Okay, people are trying. Make it fast. See, one thing, whenever you are going into some part of mathematics, from here on, we are starting. We are at the starting stage. Once you get a tempo, your calculation should not be taking much time, because that is how a ranker saves his time. Calculations will be made fast and accurate. A student who can make fast and accurate calculations, he's gonna succeed actually in this race. Make it fast. Rahul, x square minus x plus 1, okay. Penchal, x square minus x plus 1, good. Sai Mohit, x square minus x plus 1. Prem, x square minus x plus 1, good. Yashank, x square minus x plus 1, very good. People are trying. Next. So let's try to solve this. Most of you are answering this. Very good. Now, I'll erase this and let's try to solve this. Okay. So they say that when the p of x is divided by x minus 1, when it is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 1. When it is divided by x minus 2, the remainder is 3. When it is divided by x minus 3, the remainder is 7. In the question, it has been mentioned that when it is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 1. When it is divided by x minus 2, the remainder is 3. And when it is divided by x minus 3, the remainder is 7. When it is divided by x minus 3, the remainder is 7. The remainder is 7. Now, what they're asking you is something like this. when P of X is divided by X minus 1 into X minus 2 into X minus 3, they are asking you the remainder. They are asking you the remainder when P of X is divided by X minus 1 into X minus 2 into X minus 3. I don't know the quotient. I'll make it as Q of X, something like this. I don't know the quotient. I'll write it as Q of X plus remainder. Dividend is divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now this is of cubic degree. From that time I was trying to teach you this. This is of cubic degree. As this is of cubic degree, the maximum degree of the remainder will be quadratic. The maximum degree of the remainder will be quadratic. Idi 3 undi kabatti remainder ki maximum degree emavutundante 2 avutundi. 1 less than this, 1 less than this. Right? So the remainder will be of the form ax square plus bx plus c. Some students were directly writing it as r. Some students were directly writing it as r. That is false. That is wrong. When do you write a constant term? The constant term will be written only in case of a linear factor. If this is linear factor, that should be definitely a constant. That should be a definitely constant. So you are writing that. But this is not a linear term. This is a cubic. So this has to be a quadratic. This must be a quadratic. Now what do you do? So now as per apply your basic remainder theorem. What is from this part, when it is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 1. What is the statement of remainder theorem which we have seen? If a polynomial p of x is divided by some x minus a, what is the remainder? Remainder is p of a. The polynomial is divided by some factor. Let's say it is divided by some x minus a. The remainder will be p of a. Yes or no? Now, when it is divided by x minus 1, what will be the original remainder? That will be nothing but p of 1. So what I'll do is that I'll try to substitute 1 here. I'll just try to substitute 1 here. If I substitute 1 here, this part will be 0. This will be tending to 0. If I substitute 1, this will be tending to 0. So p of 1, this is nothing but, you'll get it as a plus b plus c. P of 1 value is nothing but a plus b plus c. Now if I'm substituting 1, this part will be equal to 0 on both sides. Is it clear? Because 1 minus 1, which is 0, plus, and this is nothing but, this is what you get is that this is 0, and here a plus b plus c, and this a plus b plus c, whatever that is obtained, that what is p of 1. So here the remainder is 1. So it means that this value is nothing but p of 1. X minus a to divide cheste remainder p of a. X minus 1 to divide cheste remainder enti p of 1. Remainder is nothing but p of 1. Here this is nothing but your value of p of 2. Here this is nothing but your value of p of 3. This is the value of p of 1, this is the value of p of 2, and this is the value of p of 3, because it is divided with this factor, it is divided with this factor. Now p of 1, which is a plus b plus c, from that I'm just substituting on both sides. Right? Now similarly, what is p of 2? Similarly, what is p of 2? P of 2, if I'm substituting 2 on both sides, take this equation, substitute 2 on both sides. If I substitute 2 on both sides, again this part will be equal to 0. Again this part will be equal to 0, and again you will be getting here something like 4a plus 2b plus c. P of 1 is a plus b plus c. P of 2 is nothing but 4a plus 2b plus c. Now what is p of 3? Again, if I'm substituting 3 into this polynomial, ante ee polynomial lo malli 3 substitute chestunnanu. A 3 substitute చేసినప్పుడు మళ్ళీ first term 0 అవుతుంది. This first term will be something like 0 because there is a factor x minus 3. There is a factor x minus 3. Again, this will be tending to 0. So this value is nothing but 9a plus 3b plus c. Now p of 1 is a plus b plus c, which is the value is 1. This value is 3. This value is 7. This value is 1. This value is 3, and this value is 7. Solve these 3 things. How do you solve these 3 things? Just subtract these 2 things. C will get cancelled out. Again, subtract these 2 things. C will get cancelled out. Now solve remaining equations. It's like solving linear equations. There are 2 linear equations. Solve that linear equations to get the values of x, y, z. But here there are 3 variables. You have to find 3 variables here. Just substitute first and second equation. What do you get? 4a minus a. If I write something like, I'm writing detailed because this is all the beginning classes. I'm writing in a very detailed manner. Later on, all these calculations must be done by you. 3a plus b is 2. Subtract these 2 things, p of 2 minus p of 1. Next, P of 3 minus P of 2. Make it as P of 3 minus P of 2. What do you get? 5A plus 2B. 5A plus 2B. Subtract these two things. Sorry, 5A plus B is nothing but 4. 5A plus B is nothing but 4. Now, from these two things, what do you get? Again, subtract these two things. 2A is nothing but this value, what you get it as 2. So A will be 1. If A is 1, substitute this A value into this. If A is 1, substitute this A value into this one. So B will be minus 1. There is nothing new. All the things, whatever you have learned, I'm just revising that same thing. Nothing new here. So substitute this A value in one equation. You'll get the B value. Now take this B value. You got A is equal to 1 and B is equal to, A is 1 and B is equal to minus 1. You got A is equal to 1 and B is equal to minus 1. Take these equations and substitute into this part. Right? Now you will get C is equal to 1. You get A equal to 1, B equal to minus 1 and C is equal to 1. This satisfies these equations. Now, what is your reminder now? Original ga reminder em తీసుకున్నారు మీరు ఏం రిమైండర్ తీసుకున్నారు? You have considered the remainder as ax square plus bx plus c. You have considered the remainder as ax square plus bx plus c. So your answer, substitute the values of a, b, c into this one. So you get this as x square minus x plus 1. So your answers will be x square minus x plus 1. Most of you have answered. Excellent. Most of you have answered this. Very good. Very simple. Whenever that is a given, simple ga meeku telisina logic raskondi. Dividend is divisor into quotient plus remainder. Ala rasesi ee first part edaithe undo, whatever this first part is present, try making this first part equate to 0, so that you will get the equations. You will get linear equations. Ala chesthe meeku linear equations vastayi. Linear equations ela solve cheyalo meeku telusu. That is very, very straightforward, which you have learned already in schools. Okay, hope this is clear. మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఒకటే ఒక పాయింట్. ఆ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే the degree of the remainder is, maximum degree of remainder is 1 less than that of divisor. ఈ ఒక్క పాయింట్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. నెక్స్ట్, hope this is clear. Next, if the expression ax power 4 plus bx cube minus x square plus 2x plus 3 is divided by with divided. So this is that. If the expression, this is divided by x square minus x plus 2, the remainder is 4x plus 3. This is something like this. If the expression ax power 4 plus bx cube minus x square plus 2x plus 3 is divided by x square minus x plus 2, the remainder is 4x plus 3. Find the values of a comma b. Same logic. Time is 1 minute. Please try solving that. Same logic. Time is 1 minute. Please try solving that. The expression ax power 4 plus bx cube minus x square plus 2x plus 3 is divided by x square minus x plus 2. Then the remainder is 4x plus 3. చూడండి, ఇక్కడ డివైజర్ అనేది it's a quadratic, and what is the maximum degree of the remainder which is present here? It's a linear factor. That is what the statement I was trying to explain. Time is 1 minute. Please try trying that. What are the values of A and B? A is 1, B is -1, Harsha. Next. The expression ax power 4 plus bx cube minus x square plus 2x plus 3 is divided by x square plus x minus 2. One comma one, Pranay Deepak. Check your calculations. Very simple. Solving two linear equations, nothing more than that. It is just solving two linear equations, just nothing more than that. Okay. Okay. Now let's try to solve this. Now let's say this is something like P of x. This is your P of x. Just erase this question. They gave you x square minus x plus 2. I am right? Divisor is given as x square minus x plus 2. So if this is something like this, P of x, what is the factorization of this one? Sorry. Such a thing doesn't exist, as I guess. What is the conclusion here? I gave you something like x square minus x plus 2. Is this possible to have a real roots to this factor? Is this possible to have a real roots for such factor? There is no possibility of real roots for this factor. So I can write, just simply write, I cannot take imaginary numbers considering into this one. I cannot take the imaginary numbers which can be considered into this. If I take imaginary numbers, the problem becomes so complex here. If I take imaginary numbers, the problem becomes so complex here. What you do is that, please make this as possible. Please change this x square minus x minus 2. Please make that into consideration. Because if I just put there, that gets an imaginary factor and that problem goes beyond complexity. No, excellent. Discriminant is less than 0. Very good. Now you try it. X square minus x minus 2. If the divisor is x square minus x minus 2, what will be the values of a comma b? The remainder is x square minus x minus 2. What will be the values of a comma b? Very simple. P of x, and what will be the factorization of this one? This is x minus 2 into x plus 1 into q of x, plus remainder is already given, that is 4x plus 3. P of x is nothing but x minus 2 into x plus 1 into q of x plus 4x plus 3, remainder which is already given in that question. Remainder is already given in that question. So there is no point of taking that question into consideration again. Now what to do? It's very simple. So to make this 0, let's try to, I don't know this value of q of x. Q of x and a value of coefficient and then make telidu. Sorry, that quotient is not known to you. That quotient is not known to you. The simple logic what you need to observe, apply here is that you always try making this term as 0. Ee term ni eppudu 0 cheyadaniki try cheyandi. You try making this term to 0. Why? Quotient is not known. To get some unknown number, this unknown should be eliminated. To get some value, this unknown number should be eliminated. So I'll write something like this. P of 2. I'll write P of 2, which is something like this. This part will be something like 0. If I'm substituting P of 2, this will be 0. And this is nothing but 4 into 2 plus 3, which is the value is 11. Now, what is P of 2 in this expression? What is P of 2 with respect to this expression? P of 2 is nothing but, this is 16a, 2 power 4a, which is 16a, plus 8b minus 4 plus 4 plus 3, which is equal to 11. P of 2 is this part. Just substitute 2 into this one. That is 16a plus 8b minus 4 plus 3. So this is something like 16a plus 8b. This will be equal to 8. 16a plus 8b. This value will be equal to 8. This is one equation. In the second equation, again there is some more factor which is minus 1. There is one more factor which is minus 1 for which this first expression or first quantity becomes equal to 0. If first part is 0 ki equal avute, adi x is equal to minus 1 దగ్గర కూడా 0 ki equal అవుతుంది. So what I'll write? I'll write something like I'll get the value of p of minus 1. What is p of minus 1? This is nothing but 4 into minus 1 plus 3. This value is nothing but minus 1. P of minus 1 is minus 1 here. And what is p of minus 1 with respect to that expression? A p of minus 1 value and with respect to that expression, that is nothing but a into minus 1 whole power 4 plus b into minus 1 whole cube minus 1 whole square plus 2 into minus 1 plus 3. So this value is something like a minus b minus 1 minus 2 plus 3. This is nothing but a minus b. So what is the value of a minus b which you got? A minus b is getting like minus 1, and this value 16a plus 8b is 8. So it means that 2a plus b is 2. Is 1, sorry. So I'll write 2a plus b, this value is b1. Right? So you'll get a equal to 0, b is equal to minus. Just solving that, nothing more than that. Kottaga emi cheyaledu meru. There is nothing like new thing which you have not done that. Answer will be 0, 1. Very, very good. So many have answered that. Very good. Next. Hope this is clear. Whenever such thing is given, only one point I am following here. If first quantity lo quotient anedi unknown, a quotient unknown kabatti a quantity ni 0 ki equal cheyadaniki try chestunnan nenu. Nothing more than that. Okay? Hope this is clear. Next part. If c comma d are the roots of x minus a into x minus b minus k is equal to 0, then a comma b are the roots of question is this. If c comma d are the roots of x minus a into x minus b minus k is equal to 0, then a comma b are the roots of x minus c into x minus d plus k is equal to 0. Is this true or false? If c comma d are the roots of x minus a into x minus b minus k is equal to 0, then a comma b are the roots of x minus c into x minus d plus k is equal to 0. True or false? Answer has to be. Type your answer in the chat box. True, sir. Excellent. True, true. Very good. Suman, true. Manoj, true. True. Excellent. Charan, true. Bhanuteja, false. Akram, true. True. Very good. Very good. Raghuveer, true. Excellent. So many of you have got the answer. Very good. It's a very simple logic here. Simple logic of writing some factor, right? Let's see this. The set x minus a, x c comma d are the roots of x minus a minus x minus b minus k is equal to 0. So what I'll do is that I'll write x minus a into x minus b minus k. This is a quadratic. This is a quadratic, yes or no? This is a quadratic. What are the maximum number of factors present for a quadratic equation? For a quadratic expression, what will be the maximum number of factors? Maximum number of linear factors. For a quadratic, the maximum number of linear factors will be 2. I took a quadratic ki maximum number of linear factors same outai, that will be equal to. So this is a quadratic, and they said c comma d are the roots of this quadratic equation. If alpha comma beta are the roots of quadratic, how do you write? That quadratic will be constructed something like a into x minus alpha into x minus beta will give you that quadratic. At a factors ni multiply chestam meeku equation expression ravali. Same like this. Now they said these are the roots of this part. Can I write like this now? As c comma d are the roots of this c comma d are the roots of this one. Now taking this as a whole, now this will be equal to this factor multiplied by this factor. That is what factors theorem states. What is the statement of factors theorem? Reminder's theorem is that if x minus a is a factor of p of x, p of a will be equal to 0. Reminder's theorem statement is something like this. If x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a will be equal to 0. That is the statement of Reminder's theorem. What is factors theorem? It will be just like converse of this part. Factors theorem states something like this. That is, if p of a is equal for a polynomial, for a polynomial p of x, if p of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of p of x. If for a polynomial p of x, if p of a is 0, then x minus a is a factor of p of x. This is the statement for factors theorem. Ante Reminder's theorem lo edaithe chadukunnaro danni reverse lo chaduvutunnaru. What is Reminder's theorem? If x minus a is a factor, then p of a will be 0. Here, if p of a is 0, then x minus a will be a factor. Then x minus a will be a factor. Okay. Now, this quadratic, this is a linear factor and this is a linear factor. Multiplying these two linear factors must give you this quadratic. Now, simply what you do? I'll write something like this. Take this k this side. X minus c into x minus d plus k. This value is something like x minus a into x minus b. X minus c into x minus d plus k is x minus a into x minus b. But చూడండి వాళ్ళు అడిగిన స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏంటి? C and D are the roots of this expression, then A and B are the roots of this part. When this part is present something like this is a factor and this is a factor. And ఈ expression ని ఈ రెండు factors multiply చేస్తే వస్తుంది ఆ expression. So simply these two factors, whatever this A comma B, this will be called as the roots of that equation. ఈ equation 0 కి ఈక్వల్ చేస్తే ఇవి roots అయిపోతాయి. So answer will be absolutely true. Most of you have answered excellent. Superb. Anurag Reddy, excellent. Okay. Next. Identity. So all these are very basics of mathematics. You have not even entered into the true IIT JEE syllabus. For IIT JEE syllabus, all these will be helpful because you need to understand the true basics. We are bridging it. Once this process is completed, then we'll be entering into the true taste of the subject. True taste of the subject will be known there. These are all basics. But if a student who is lacking basics, succeeding at the highest level is very difficult. Okay. Now, identity. Identity. What is the meaning of that identity? Anyone? Identity. I'll say something like this: a relation which is true, a relation which is true for every variable. What is the meaning of identity? Identity is a relation which is true for every variable. Identity is some relation which is absolutely true for every variable. Identity is a relation which is true for every variable. Means if there is some polynomial p of x, if there is a polynomial p of x, you substitute whatever variable we want. If there is some polynomial p of x, so you'll write something like ax power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus so on, something like this. There is some polynomial, you are writing something like this. Identity ante entante, identity is a relation which is true for every variable. Something like trigonometric identities unnai. What is sin square theta plus cos square theta? What is sin square theta plus cos square theta? Sin square theta plus cos square theta, you will be writing it as 1. Sin square theta plus cos square theta, you are writing it as equal to 1. A 1 enti identity. For all the values of theta, for all the values of theta, where sin theta and cos theta are defined, for all the values of theta, where sin theta and cos theta are defined, then sin square theta plus cos square theta will be equal to 1. Circular function. The circular trigonometric function, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. దాన్ని ఏమంటున్నాం అంటే ఐడెంటిటీ అంటున్నాం. వాట్ ఈస్ ఐడెంటిటీ? ఐడెంటిటీ ఆ theta అనేది వేరియబుల్. అంటే theta ప్లేస్ లో మీరు 30 degrees రాసుకోండి. In place of theta you substitute 30 degrees. In place of theta you write 60. In place of theta you write 45. You take any value. That identity will hold. అంటే ఐడెంటిటీ అంటే మీరు ఏ వాల్యూ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినా కూడా that value will hold. అంటే ఆ రిలేషన్ హోల్డ్ అయిపోతుంటుంది. That relation is a valid relation. Such a thing will be called as identity. Now similarly, a relation which is true for every variable is called as an identity. అంటే x ప్లేస్ లో ఏది రాసినా కూడా వేరియబుల్ ఏంటి ఇక్కడ? There in sin square theta plus cos square theta, the variable is theta. Here what is the variable? Variable is x. X is something which is called as a variable because you can substitute x is equal to 1, you can substitute x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3, and polynomial is defined for all x belongs to R. So you can substitute all the values in the real number system. So this will be termed as a variable. That is a variable. Its value is not fixed. X value is not fixed. Graph will look something like this. Graph is also not fixed. Variable value is not fixed. Graph is not fixed. So that x value will be termed as a variable. And the identity ante simple ga entante, for every value of x, if that is true, I'll take a simple example and I'll try to explain that. Something like a square minus x square plus a minus 1 into x plus a square minus 4a plus 3 is equal to 0. A square minus 1 into x square plus a minus 1 into x plus a square minus 4a plus 3 is equal to 0. If I write is an identity in x, find a. Think about this. Identity ante prati value of x ki adi true avvali. For every value of x, that has to be a true value. That must be a true thing. Think about this and you tell me the answer. Please think about this and tell me the answer. Make it fast. This statement vaadi, try to apply this statement here. What is the meaning of identity? Try to apply this statement definition here. A square minus 1 into x square plus a minus 1 into x plus a square minus 4a plus 3 is equal to 0 is an identity in x. Is an identity in x. They're asking you find the value of a. Is an identity in x. They're asking you to find the value of a. Please make it fast. Okay. Tanay Deepak 1, Ashrita 1, Vamshi 1, Shailaja 1, Manoj 1, Yashank 1, very good. Aditya 1, excellent. Abhihas 1, Akram 1, Kirti 1, Krishnaja 1, Banu 1. Okay. Most of you have understood that. Very good, very good. Now you see, logic is this. The logic is this. Everyone has answered. Excellent. A square minus 1 into x square plus a minus 1 into x plus a square minus 4a plus 3 is equal to 0 is an identity in x. Is an identity in x. Identity and చెప్తున్నారు. Identity అంటే ఏంటంటే ఈ రిలేషన్ ప్రతి వాల్యూకి ట్రూ అవ్వాలి. This relation has to be true for every value of x. So simply what I'll do is that I'll make this part is 0, this part is 0 and this part is 0. ఈ కోఎఫిషియెంట్స్ అన్ని 0 చేస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు ఈ కోఎఫిషియెంట్ 0 చేశాను. If I'm making this coefficient 0, this value is not dependent. And e particular part is not dependent on the value of x. If I'm making this coefficient 0, this particular part is not depending on this value of x. If I'm making this coefficient 0 again this particular part is not dependent on the value of x. Here the variable is x. X అనేది ఒక వేరియబుల్ ఇక్కడ. ఆ x మీద నుండి డిపెండెన్సీ తీసేయాలి మనం. So again I'll make this coefficients are equal to 0. A square minus 1 is 0. A minus 1 is 0. And finally what you get? If these two are two zeros, what do you get? Again you'll get something like a square minus 4a plus 3, this will be equal to 0. If these two are zeros, you'll get a square minus 4a plus 3 will be equated to 0. This is termed as an identity in x. So now a is equal to plus or minus 1 here, a is equal to 1 here, a is equal to 1 comma 3 here. First part తీసుకుంటే a is equal to plus or minus 1, second part తీసుకుంటే a is equal to 1, third part తీసుకుంటే a is equal to 1 comma 3. ఐడెంటిటీ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇవి మూడు టర్మ్స్ సైమల్టేనియస్ గా 0 అవ్వాలి. ఆల్ దీస్ 3 టర్మ్స్ మస్ట్ బి సైమల్టేనియస్లీ 0. అంటే మూడిట్లలో this is the solution corresponding to this part, this is the solution corresponding to this part, this is the solution corresponding to this part. All three should simultaneously coexist, or all three must be simultaneously satisfied. So you have to check for the common value among all the three things. You have to check for the common value among all the three things. What are the common values? Common value is 1, 1 and 1. So our answer will be 1. Answer for this will be 1. X is equal to 1. Excellent. Everyone has answered. Okay. So before going to graphs extensively, we'll see the meaning of domain of a function, right? Or else first let's see the definition of modulus. Modulus function, which you term it as something like this. Mod x, which you term something like this. Mod x, this is equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0. This is minus x if x is less than 0. Modulus function, this is how you define a modulus function. That is mod x is equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Mod x is equal to minus x, this is less than 0. This is also called as absolute value. This is called as absolute value. Why is this absolute value? Whatever this absolute value which you are getting, generally if I'm writing something like this, root of x square, I'm writing something like root of x square, I'll write it as mod x. This value will be equal to mod x. This modulus will be termed as an absolute value. Modulus of, for example, in physics also, in mathematics also, you'll be studying vectors. Modulus of a minus b. Modulus stands for magnitude. Or for example, something like under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Always for that root, you will be writing it as a positive value. Because why? You are treating it as a distance. Let's say from 2 comma 3 and 0 comma 0, there are 2 points, 0 0, 2 comma 3. There are 2 points, 0 0 and 2 comma 3. Distance between these 2 points, you'll be writing something like root 13. You'll be never be writing it as minus root 13. You will never be writing it as minus root 13. Reason? Distance cannot be negative. This absolute value always depicts distance. Absolute value will always depict distance. it represents length. It represents length, or it represents the distance of this point to that point, which is always a positive term. So modulus is something like this. If x is negative, for example, modulus of 2. If I write something like modulus of 2, this is 2. If I write something like modulus of -4, this will also be equal to 4. Because you see, if modulus of 2, if x is greater than 0, that will be remaining as x. అంటే మనకు సింపుల్ గా బుక్లలో అక్కడ ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్తుంటారంటే అది ప్లస్ ఉన్నా మైనస్ ఉన్నా ప్లస్ రాయండి అని చెప్తారు. ఇన్ సింపుల్ టర్మ్స్, even if that is plus or minus, you try to write it as plus. That is what people say. The reason, this is the original definition of that modulus. Whether that is positive, if that is a positive, you will be applying this definition. If x is greater than 0, you'll applying x. If x is less than 0, you will be applying this definition of that. So modulus of 2 is 2, and modulus of -4, whenever that is -4, here you will be getting minus of -4. You have to use this definition here. Here you will be getting minus of -4, which is nothing but 4 again. Which is nothing but 4 again. So modulus is this type of value. Modulus is this type of value always. Right? So modulus is this definition. Definition of the modulus must be remembered. That is, mod x is equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0, minus x if x is less than 0. This is the definition for y is equal to mod x. Now let's proceed. Function domain. This is very important. The reason I'm teaching you this, about the domain, it will be extensively taught about the domain. It will be extensively taught in the chapter of functions. But why am I teaching here? Because for every graph, first you need to understand the domain of that function. Because I want to teach you a lot of graphs. In the front itself, maybe in this today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow, I'll be teaching you a lot of graphs. For this graphs, first what is required? You need to understand this concept of domain. Right? So I'm not writing any bookish definition of domain. I'll write the most understandable definition. I'll write something like this. Domain is domain of a function is all that set of values of the variable for which the function is defined. I'll write something like this. Domain is of a function is all that set of values of the variable for which the function is defined. Domain is all that set of values of the variable for which the function is defined. Domain is all that. Simply, if I say function is f of x, or function is p of x, if I say function is f of x, or if I say function is p of x, domain is all that set of values of x. Domain is all that set of values of x for which that function is defined. అంటే ఏదైతే values of x కి ఆ function real గా exist అవుతుంటే, that part of that set of values of x will be called as domain. Right? Now if I go forward from here, this is the statement. Remember this statement. It is the values of x for which that function is defined. That will be terming as domain. For example, if I write something like this, domain of under root of x square minus 4x plus 3. If I write something like a function f of x is something like this. A function f of x is something like this. Under root of x square minus 4x plus 3. The function is something like this. Under root of x square minus 4x plus 3. The function is something like this. Under root of x square minus 4x plus 3. They're asking you domain. What is domain now? What is the meaning of domain? Domain is all that set of values of x. Domain is all that set of values of x. Domain is all that set of values of x for which that function is defined. అంటే ఫంక్షన్ డిఫైన్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఏదైతే వాల్యూస్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ ఉంటుందో అదే డొమైన్. సో నౌ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ అండర్ ద రూట్. I'm writing something like under the root. Here mainly you have to use common sense. Here mainly you have to use common sense. I'm writing something under the root. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫంక్షన్ అనేది రియల్ గా డిఫైన్ అవ్వాలి. వాట్ ఎవర్ సంథింగ్ ఇస్ ప్రెసెంట్ హియర్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి డిఫైన్డ్ రియల్లీ. ఇఫ్ దిస్ హ్యాస్ టు బి డిఫైన్డ్, whatever I'm writing under the root, whatever I'm writing the under the root, this part should always be greater than or equal to 0. This part should always be greater than or equal to 0. Under the root, whatever I am writing, that part should always be greater than or equal to 0. Enduku? If I am writing something like a negative number in the root, this is an imaginary number. If I am writing a negative number under the root, that is an imaginary number. That is an imaginary number. That imaginary number must not be considered if I am writing a negative number under the root. So domain is all that real values of x for which that function is defined really. అంటే దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ లెట్స్ యూస్ కామన్ సెన్స్. ఫైండింగ్ డొమైన్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ యూసేజ్ ఆఫ్ కామన్ సెన్స్. మోర్ ఎక్స్టెన్సివ్లీ అబౌట్ డొమైన్ యూ విల్ బి స్టడీయింగ్ ఇన్ ఫంక్షన్స్. బట్ మీరు ఏది చదవాలన్నా ఫస్ట్ డొమైన్ అన్నది అర్థం కావాలి. ఒక గ్రాఫ్ గీసుకోవాలి మీరు. యూ వాంట్ టు డ్రా ఎ గ్రాఫ్, యూ నీడ్ టు నో ద డొమైన్. వై డొమైన్? వై యూ నీడ్ టు నో ద డొమైన్? డొమైన్ ఎందుకు తెలుసుకోవాలి మీరు గ్రాఫ్ గీయాలి అంటే? ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు గ్రాఫ్ గీయాలి అంటే ఆ గ్రాఫ్ ఎక్కడ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుందో మీకు తెలియాలి. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు డ్రా ఎ గ్రాఫ్, యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వేర్ దట్ గ్రాఫ్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఎగ్జిస్ట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్? ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ డొమైన్. ఫంక్షన్ హ్యాస్ టు ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అంటే ఫంక్షన్ డిఫైన్ అవ్వాలి. ఫంక్షన్ డిఫైన్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఆ కరెస్పాండింగ్ ఎక్స్ వాల్యూ ఉండాలి. ద ఫంక్షన్ హ్యాస్ టు బి డిఫైన్డ్, దెర్ హ్యాస్ టు బి ఎ కరెస్పాండింగ్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్. And what set is giving you that corresponding value of x? What is giving you that corresponding value of x? Domain is giving you that corresponding value of x. And మీరు గ్రాఫ్ గీసుకోవాలి అంటే you need to know about the domain of that function. To know about the graph, you need to know about the domain first. So first let's try to apply the common sense here. Remaining everything will be wavy curve, which you learned already. So this is something like f of x is equal to under the root of x square minus 4x plus 3. I want to know about the domain. Whenever there is a root, rule number 1, whenever there is a root of some value, or if I'm right, root of something like lambda, if I write something like root of lambda, this lambda must always be greater than or equal to 0. This is rule number 1. This lambda must always be greater than or equal to 0. This is rule number 1. Now whenever I'm writing this function that is under the root of x square minus 4x plus 3, what I need to write? Your answer for the domain of this one, root kinda edaithe rastunnaro, under the root whatever you are writing, that must be greater than or equal to 0. Your answer will be x square minus 4x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Now this is x minus 1 into x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. This is x minus 1 into x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Take a wavy curve 1 3. Already మీరు నేర్చుకున్నారు కదా wavy curve. This is 1 and this is 3. Positive, negative, positive. Positive and powers are odd. At this power is odd, change the sign. At this power is odd, change the sign. They're asking you greater than or equal to 0. So your answer will be minus infinity to 1 and equated to 0. If I'm equating to 0, 1 is also a possible set. If I'm equating to 0, equate cheste 1 is also a solution. So at 1 you include 1. 1 is included, square bracket. Already I have explained about the brackets. At 1 you include 1. At infinity you exclude this. Right? Union. Now again this interval plus ekkada undo chuskondi. Again 3 to infinity, it goes up to infinity. Again 3 is also included, greater than, endukante x is equal to 3 pedithe equal to 0 vastundi. 3 is also included into that. So square bracket at 3. The square bracket depicts including bracket. So our answer will be this. So the domain of these values will be this part. Means this root or this function. If I'm going to draw a graph of this function, ee function ki oka graph geeste aa graph ee areas lo exist avutundi. Because domain, what is domain? Domain is all that set of values of x for which that function is defined. Hope this is clear. Someone, Gitanjali, sir, can you please repeat the domain statement? Domain is all that set of values of x for which that function is defined. Domain is all that set of values of x for which that function is defined. That is the statement of domain. Okay. అంటే ఎక్కడైతే ఫంక్షన్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుందో all that set of values of x will be termed as domain. Hope this is clear. Next, you have to answer this. You have to solve this now. Answer. Time is half minute. Under the root of 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2. I want the domain for this. Under the root of 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2. I want the domain for this. Answer. Make it fast. This. Now you are writing something like this. Under the root of 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2. Under the root of x square 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2. You are writing something like this. Under the root of 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Right now again, this is first, there is under the root. First part lo emundi? First part is there is something like under the root. Under the root and a value undi. So your answer will be something like this. 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2. This must be greater than or equal to 0. Right? This must be greater than or equal to 0. Now, when this entire expression, forget about equality first. Forget about the equality, because there is no possibility for equality. No possibility for equality. No possibility for equality. Or else in the other case, if I see something like this, if I am writing something like this, there is no possibility of equality. Yenduku equality ki possibility ledu? There is something like 1 here. There is something like 1 here. And there is no possibility of equality. So simply I'll write 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2 is greater than 0. Yenduku equality ki possibility ledannaru. Chudandi. 1 by some number which is 0. Right? Denominator, second rule for that, denominator cannot be equal to 0. Denominator 0 in ankondi, something like some finite number divided by 0, that becomes a meaningless statement. That becomes an undefined statement. As that becomes an undefined statement, that will not give you any real value. The denominator 0 inappudu meeku real value radu. You will not be getting a real value. So that will not be termed into the domain. That will not be treated into the domain function. So simply you will be getting 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2 greater than or equal to 0. But this can never be equal to 0. There is no possibility of equal to 0. If I'm equating to 0, you'll get absurd result. 1 is equal to 0. Is that possible? Not possible. So simply x square minus 3, you'll get something like this. 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2 is greater than 0. Is greater than 0 అయినప్పుడు 1 by x minus 1 into x minus 2, which is greater than 0. Again take the interval 1 2 wavy curve, plus minus plus, all the odd powers, right? They are all the odd powers. So odd power, at 2 odd power sign changes, at 1 odd power again the sign changes. So this is something like this. Again you want plus, they are asking you something like greater than 0. You want plus. So for plus, your answer will be minus infinity comma 1 union 2 comma infinity. I'm not including these two things. I'm not including 1 and 2. If I'm including 1 and 2, you will get 1 by 0. 1 and 2 include cheste 1 by 0 vastundi, which is meaningless. Which is meaningless. Okay? So the answer will be in minus infinity to 1 union 2 comma infinity. Most students have answered. Excellent. Next. I hope this is clear. వెరీ సింపుల్. మిగతా అంతా వేవీ కర్వే. మీకు కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే కామన్ సెన్స్ వాడడం అంతే. డొమైన్ అంటే డినామినేటర్ 0 అవ్వకూడదు. సంథింగ్ లైక్ దిస్. ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ 1 by mod x. F of x is equal to 1 by mod x. What is the domain of this one? Very straightforward question. Simple question, straightforward. 1 by mod x. What is the domain? F of x is equal to 1 by mod x. What is the domain? F of x is equal to 1 by mod x. What will be the domain? Domain of this one. So this is only 1 by a denominator. This denominator cannot be equal to 0. You use this rule. Denominator should not be equal to 0. If put denominator 0, that becomes a meaningless statement. The denominator is something like a 0. It becomes a meaningless statement. Right? So answer will be mod x is not equal to 0. Mod x is not equal to 0. So the answer will be x is not equal to 0. Mod x is not equal to 0. Mod x 0 eppudu avutundi? When is mod x equal to 0? Mod x is equal to 0 when x is 0. Right? Now, so your answer will be r minus 0. Answer will be entire real number set, and from that entire real number set minus 0 is excluded. Or else you can write something like this: minus infinity comma 0 union 0 comma infinity. Means that you are writing entire real number set and 0 is excluded. 0 is excluded. You see this? 0 is excluded. So answer can also be written like this. Okay, hope this is clear. Denominator 0 avakudadu. Next, one more thing you try. X square plus 2x plus 1 by x square minus x minus 6. X square plus 2x plus 1 by x square minus x minus 6. X square plus 2x plus 1 divided by x square minus x minus 6. Excellent. So many you're answering. Very good. 1 to infinity. Satyanarayana. Excellent. Very good. Very good. X square plus 2x plus 1 by x square minus x minus 6. What will be the domain here? Simply, there is no root here. Ikkada root emi ivvaledu. They didn't give you any root here. So simply, whenever you apply that rule number 2, that is denominator is not equal to 0. ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఎప్పుడు డిఫైన్ అవ్వదు. ఈ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ ఎప్పుడు డిఫైన్ అవ్వదు. డొమైన్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఏదైతే వాల్యూస్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ కి ఆ ఫంక్షన్ డిఫైన్ అవుతుందో అదే డొమైన్. ఫర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద వాల్యూస్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ దట్ ఫంక్షన్ ఇస్ డిఫైన్, దట్ ఈస్ డొమైన్. అంటే ఇది ఎప్పుడు డిఫైన్ అవ్వదు. వెన్ ఈస్ దట్ నాట్ డిఫైన్డ్? when the denominator is 0. అది డిఫైన్ అవ్వకపోవడానికి ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి? Only when denominator is 0, that function will not be defined or that expression will not be defined. So your answer for that will be x square minus x minus 6 is not equal to 0. Your answer for that will be x square minus x minus 6 is not equal to 0. It means that this is x minus 3 into x plus 2, which is not equal to 0. So x is not equal to 3 and x is not equal to minus 2. So your answer can be written as r minus of minus 2 comma 3. And it can be entire real number set. It can be entire real number set, and minus 2 and 3 should not be present there. Minus 2 and 3 should not be present. If x is equal to minus 2, this will again be equal to 0. If x is equal to 3, again this will be equal to 0. And the denominator 0 avvakudu. Denominator 0 avute function define avvadu. Because 1 by 0, which is meaningless. Adi oka real number raadu meeku. Right? Hope this is clear. X is not equal to, very good. Shailaja, good. Most of you have answered. Chetan, r minus 3 comma 2, 3 comma minus 2. Excellent. Very good. Now I've understood this. Next, 2 power x minus 2 power minus x by 2 power x plus 2 power minus x. 2 power x minus 2 power minus x divided by 2 power x plus 2 power minus x. What is the domain of that one? 2 power x minus 2 power minus x divided by 2 power x plus 2 power minus x. Again, there is a simple straightforward problem. That is a simple straightforward problem again. What you need to do? Denominator should not be equal to 0. Root emi ledu. There is no root there. There is no root there. There is no root present there. So it's a very straightforward problem. It is a very straightforward problem. Again, 2 power x plus 2 power minus x is not equal to 0. 2 power x plus 2 power minus x is not equal to 0. Denominator should not be equal to 0. Denominator should not be equal to 0. So this is exponential function which is always positive. Exponential function positivity. This is also a positive number. You substitute any value of x. 2 power minus 1, 1 by 2. 2 power minus 2, 1 by 4. 2 power minus 3, 1 by 8. You substitute any value, that is always a positive number. Any real value, this is a positive number. Again, any real value, this is a positive number, because the graph of 2 power x looks like this. The graph of 2 power minus x, it looks like this. This is graph of 2 power x. This is graph of 2 power minus x. We'll be discussing in the graph section, this part. This is 2 power x, this is 2 power minus x. If we rendu chusina kuda, it is never going below your x-axis. So this is always positive. Positive plus positive, this will always be positive, which is never equal to 0. So answer for this, it will be entire real number set. Answer for this, it will be entire real number set. Answer for this will be entire real number set. Excellent. Most students have. Shiva Shankar, x is not equal to 0. Why is x is not equal to 0? Even if x is equal to 0, 2 power 0 plus 2 power minus 0. Or 1 by 2 power 0. So 1 plus 1, that value will be equal to 2. No issue with that, even if that is equal to 0. But simple ga check cheskovali entante common sense vadeskondi. Nothing new, no mathematical technique here, only common sense. What is that? Adi define avutunda avatleda. Denominator 0 avutunda avatleda. Denominator 0 avute adi domain loki teeskokudu. That is the only thing. Next. One last problem, we'll see. One by under root of mod x minus x. Let me tell for this. 1 by under root of mod x minus x. One by under root of mod x minus x. Time is 1 minute. X is less than 0. Shalija, good, very good. Vidya, x is negative. Moto, x is negative. Namrut, x is negative. Okay. Akram, negative. Chetan, good morning. Negative. Yes. Ashtita, excellent, excellent. Pragati, less than 0. Shashank, negative. Penchal, negative. Excellent. So many have answered that. That is 1 by mod x minus x, under root of 1 by mod x minus x. Simply, this mod x minus x must be greater than or equal to 0. How will be the domain? Mod x minus y, sorry, should be greater than 0, and mod x minus x is never equal to 0. If this is in the numerator, if the question was something like this, root of mod x minus x, if this is the question, you have to take mod x minus x is greater than or equal to 0. If this is the question, you have to take mod x minus x is greater than or equal to 0, because that is present in the numerator. Numerator can be 0, it's fine. But whenever that is present in the denominator, you should not be taking into consideration, because if denominator is 0, that becomes undefined thing. Now, mod x minus x is greater than 0. Now you have got two things here. Something like, I'll take two cases here. Two cases. What are those two cases? First case is that x is negative. Second case is something like x is positive. If I take x is negative, I'll take x is positive. Two possible cases. Or else you'll get mod x is greater than x. If I take x is negative, let's say x is negative. If mod x minus x is not equal to 0, it means that x cannot be equal to 0. X is not equal to 0 from this part. Now, if mod x is greater than x, something like this. If x is negative, what is the case? When x is negative, modulus of x function is this. It's x when x is greater than or equal to 0. It's minus x if x is less than 0. And x is negative aithe a modulus of function ni minus x and substitute cheyali. Take this part into consideration. Alright, minus x. First case lo, this is minus x because x is negative. Is greater than x. Again, you'll get 2x is less than 0. It means that x is less than 0. You'll get 2x is less than 0. It means that x is less than 0. Here, what about this part? X is positive. If x is positive, in the second case, x is positive. If x is positive, you'll get x is greater than x. X is positive aithe, modulus of x will be x. You'll get x is greater than x. Is this possible? Not possible. So x is positive anedi not possible. For x is negative, అంటే మీరు ఏదైతే ఇట్లా కండిషన్ మాడ్యులస్ లో కండిషన్ రాసినప్పుడు మీరు ఒరిజినల్ గా తీసుకున్న కండిషన్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన కండిషన్ రెండు ఆల్మోస్ట్ కామన్ గా ఉండాలి. You have to take the common point between the originally obtained condition and this condition. You have to obtain a common condition which is originally obtained and which is this part. ఇవి రెండు తీసుకోవాలి ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా. So from these both things, again common intersection. You have to take an intersection like this. ఇవి రెండిటికి కామన్ గా ఏంటి? X is less than 0 కి valid అని చెప్తున్నారు. Because x is less than 0. Let's say substitute minus 2. Modulus of minus 2 is 2. 2 minus of minus 2, 4, which is greater than 0. So answer will be minus infinity comma 0. 0 is not included. 0 is not included. Endukante 0 include aithe denominator 0 avutundi. Many students have tried this. Okay. So have you solved yesterday's? So for some students, I have asked you to solve yesterday's one question I gave you. Not for all. Some students who are asking, sir, for some new type of question. A student who has got foundation, I gave one question at the end of the class. I told you to try. Have you tried that? Have you tried that?